basically I'm gonna actually do some analysis on few stocks and probably it might actually benefit to you guys. But before that, this is actually a disclaimer, and I'm not a professional finance advisor, but somehow if you really wanted to actually buy or sell any of these stock, please do your own research. That's actually very important. Basically, whoever actually trying to actually give you advice, do the mapping, by all means you have to do your own research as well, because those call from your own money is your own decision. So basically you really need to understand that, otherwise you're gonna get burned and also you're gonna start blame for others. So that's what we don't want that to happen. So basically you really need to understand this. So let's move on into this talk called CNERGEN. So basically I love this stock very much. It's because recently it actually started to have a good volume around 16 to 21st of November, but at the beginning of itself looks like there's a huge selling from 113 cents to 82 cents, and then it tried to actually break this 92 cents resistance. This is actually a very good resistance because from 18 August it start to actually break and then bottom up, then break, then bottom, then break, and then straight all the way bottom here. So basically we really need to understand there is the resistance at this point of time. But for this right now, this guy is actually a big resistance. So but support, we don't really see much support here, but then I believe this is the one of the best support at this point of time, which is this part. Because if you really look on this support, it has a very huge solid candle, so it means that you really need to break this candle in order to break bottom. So whatever value that you are getting around this part is actually a good amount of money, whatever value, because this is actually one of the best support at this point of time. For you to break this, you need to break this big candle. So you need to understand how does it look like. So this is actually a demand, a huge demand. So at this point of time, this actually going to be like a short-term downtrend, and then also it actually create a higher low, higher low of this, higher low and higher low. But if let's say it breaks this, if let's say it actually started to break this, I'm actually giving here, because why, this is actually, this part is actually made the stock to actually unable to actually move towards up, because this candle is actually giving you a big headache. But if let's say it break this and then move forward to up, then I think this guy is actually uptrend. We already see this is actually an uptrend already. So if you guys really wanted to actually get into these stocks, yeah, get prepared and have some bullets, and do remember that maybe a stop loss of 2% or 3% on top of entry price. But I believe this is actually a good entry. But if you let's say, let me just make it more clearer. I think the size, yeah, make it clearer and probably make it yellow. Yeah, if let's say manage to break 860, then I think this is a good time for you to actually buy this stock. And at the same time, if you look some of my EMA over here, 250 and also 10, it's about to actually cross over, and this is actually 4 hours. If you really look at the 13 minutes, I'm pretty sure it looks good. Yeah, 30 minutes actually looks really good, but I love to actually see 4 hours because it's pretty stable. And then if just wait and see, if let's say we are seeing a good amount of volume that inject and make this to be above 860, then by all means we might actually test 920. If let's say it breaks 920, but then it breaks to another level. But I'm telling you, if let's say it breaks this, you can exit at 920. 920 is the best place for you to actually exit. Then from there on, if you think that you want to let your profit runs, then it actually break above. And then let's move on and take a look on some other stocks. So maybe we take a look of PMETAL. Yeah, actually today PMETAL actually made a good long doji. It means that this stock, it's very stable. There is no way for you to actually break this resistance of 4 ringgit and 62 cents. This is actually a very good strong resistance that telling that this stock is still respecting this trend line. Actually I created a trend line earlier, so this is the trend line, just nice. It might actually hit here, before it actually move further, but I would tell you this is actually one of the best if you really think that aluminium is going to do well. This is actually a smelting company, but somehow it actually from 390 it managed to go all the way for 80. But I believe this guy would actually go around 5 ringgit if the market is doing well. So it really need to, for now it really need to break 4 ringgit and 80 cents. So if you actually break 4 ringgit 80 cents, you might actually see a good uptrend from there onwards. But the resistance, what we consider the supply, is always 4 ringgit and 90 cents. You have to really need to understand this resistance around this area. So because if you look, I believe this is gonna be like a U shape, but if you look for the EMA of this, it actually respect well. And then why I love this stock very much, it's because it has a very huge candle of this volume. It's impossible for you to actually break this. Actually, you know something, why this guy has been down, because if you have a look, it actually gap down and then it has this much of big candle. So whatever you are seeing here, this is actually a retracement. So you guys should have actually exited here and then move on here, and this is actually a double bottom. So if you look, this is a very good double bottom. This is actually like a triple top. So you just have to wait for this guy would be a very good stock for you to actually buy and keep it. I mean, in the long run it might actually gonna give you a good gain. So I believe it should come back to 7 ringgit by end of 2023. So just wait and see to check it out whether this is going to be a very good stock or not. Alright, so next I'm gonna actually move into another stocks. It's into plantation. This is my favorite plantation stocks. So if you really take a look on these plantation stocks, it is actually going ding dong within this area between 1 ringgit and 14 cent to 92 cents. But if let's say it breaks this 1 ringgit and 15 cent, if it breaks 1 ringgit and 15 cent above, this is going to be a very good stock for you guys to actually buy. This is going to be a buy call. You just have to wait, either break 1 ringgit 11 cents or 1 ringgit and 15 cents. It's going to be a buy call. I'm 100% sure for this. Earlier I've talked about CNERGEN. CNERGEN is also definitely, it's going to be a good upside company, and also PMETAL and TSH as well. So if you guys really think that any of these stocks that actually under your book, you guys should actually do the trade as well. And then next stocks that actually put me into favor, which is actually INARI, but yet I still have doubtful on this company because the earning wasn't that really good. So that's the reason I'm not that really happy with this change, with these trends, and also the price action over here. But somehow if you really wanted to trade, make sure it actually break 2 ringgit and 65 cents first, because it has to break this this candle. If actually break this candle and then move up, then it's gonna actually have a very good upside until 2 ringgit and 85 cents. You really need to understand how's the price action is actually going to be here. You really need to understand how's the candle movement as well. So if you really take a look on this chart, so on this chart we are looking that this is considered a very bearish, or the traders are actually doing a lot of sellings here. One huge sell here, one huge sell here, and then it stopped right here with a long doji. And then how do we know why it actually stopped here? I think this is considered like 1 2, yeah, this is something that not irrelevant. Okay, so you are seeing a double bottom over here, so that's the reason it actually moved towards up. But somehow, if you really think that this guy is going to move towards to the around this area, you need to actually make sure that it actually reach beyond 2 ringgit and 64 cents. And apart of that, maybe you guys can actually take a look. One last stocks that I wish to be in the chat list. So earlier we have actually covered yeah, maybe we can actually go another summary all the way down later on. Another one more is actually DSONIC. This is something that I love this stock. It's because hey, I'm sorry, in between there was a hiccup, so I was shutting up something. So here I am back to this DSONIC explanation and also analysis again. So where did I stop just now? It should be from the candle chart and also on the earning part. If you take a look on the earning on DSONIC, so earlier DSONIC had a very bad earning. It is actually due to the COVID period, and also it was having about 4 to 5 cents of EPS. That was a very bad EPS for DSONIC, and it was around January and also February. So it's also in the month of November period of quarter and also February. So right now it should be actually having latest quarter. So if let's say it actually having more than 42 cents, just imagine during 47 cents of during May period itself. During May period is about 59 cents, close to 60 cents, and it was 47 cents. Just imagine if let's say this round the EPS is about 50 cents. If it's actually coming out 50 cents of EPS, I'm pretty sure this guy would actually explode more than 60 cents. Just have to make sure that the EPS, which is earning per share, actually more than 50 cents. If it's actually more than 50 cents, I'm pretty sure, and I'm 100% sure this guy would actually go all the way up. But at this point of time, if you take a look, DSONIC, it actually plunged from 60 cent to 44 cent. Is actually due some other reason, which is external factor that is nothing related to the business. That's the reason it actually plunged. And we have to know sometimes stocks get manipulated, but then eventually it would get rise all the way up whenever the earning is actually as strong as rock. So at this point of time, we could actually see there is 1, 2 and 3. So I believe this should be a triple bottom, but somehow it's a triple bottom of this uptrend. So if you take a look, this is actually an uptrend, but we never know, this uptrend might actually go until here or beyond that. So we do not know, but at this point of time, I believe we need to see a break to 60 cent. If we actually see a break of 60 cent, we might see it all the way to north, all the way towards the north. So you really need to understand that on this portion. Wait, hold on. Yeah, if you take a look from September itself, it breaks, goes bottom, try to move up, breaks, go and try to break here. I think this is the turning point. If actually break all the way 60 cent and hit 60 70 cent around this area, and it will go up all the way to 1 ringgit. And why I still love this stock, it's because it actually doing an uptrend and it start to actually have a bullish pennants formation, but somehow it breaks down due to some reason. If actually start to break these 54 cents again, yeah, I need to actually tell you, this 50% is very important part. So if actually breaks this 54 cents and break this, I'm pretty sure this is actually a very good stock. So you really need to understand that it actually moved this way this way, this way, this way, and this way. I hope it breaks here, go down here, and breaks here. So I'm hoping that the style of this stock to actually move, the price action to move, or it's to be this way. So yeah, I've actually covered about a couple of stocks earlier. So first we covered on CNERGEN. So these CNERGEN companies, as I mentioned earlier, it actually create also a bullish patterns over here. And also why I'm bullish on this stock, it's because of this doji and also this candle. Unless if actually wanted to break all the way below, I think if you really wanted to see, if you get here, and then if you have a very good holding power, if it actually touches here, you can average. If it breaks down below, then you have to exit. Maybe you can do a one entry somewhere around here, and if it touches here, do another one more average down. Then if it breaks, then you have to get out. Or else you can actually do pretty much your own evaluation, because at 1 hour I doubt that it would actually try to go all the way down. Maybe it might touch 830 before it actually fly towards up. But somehow I'm bullish of these stocks. Then PMETAL, as I mentioned earlier, I'm quite bullish of these stocks as well, as I've told you that this is a very good doji. So if you guys really love it, if it breaks, then you guys can actually enter. INARI, it's 50-50. I'm not actually very certain, but somehow it has to break 265 here, because this candle is actually stopping all this from September until November. This candle is actually stopping everything. You need to break this huge candle. So a part of that, I think I've covered after INARI was TSH, the plantation. So the plantation part, as I told you earlier, if you have a good holding power, and it is actually doing well at this point of time, this is actually a turning point of since May. This is actually the turning point since May for 4 hours chart. If it actually breaks 113 and move up, this guy would fly definitely. And then last but not least, on DSONIC, I've mentioned earlier, it's all the way it depends on your earning power. I'm sorry, because of the if you the earning report. So if let's say EPS is actually giving you 50 cents, I mentioned earlier, if giving you 50 cents of EPS, then you able to actually see it a very good uptrend over here. So all the best, guys. If you really love any of these stocks, just give it a comment if you need any clarity, or if you guys love it, do like it and subscribe it as well. And I hope all this is weekly sharings for 21st of November until 25th of November. If you guys really have anything to really ask, and just give a comment at the comment sections. If you really want to actually cover any other stock that has a similar nature, do let me know. Maybe I'll try to check it out on it and do another video of it. And do take care, guys, and I hope you guys have a blessed week ahead. Take care.